Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Formula 1 2018. I'm sorry, I'm alone, and I'm sorry this is not the championship, but you're gonna get a race. What happened basically is, I can show you the results. This is what happened, but my recording got corrupted, so I can't show you anything. You can still go to other people's channels and see their videos. I recommend you visit VintageBeef's channel, and he'll upload his video. I did have a little bit of a spout with him, but generally my race was uneventful and was an interesting fight for the lead, but not with me. I finished third, as you can see, and I'm playing by myself without Endless. Sorry, there. I'm playing by myself because I got this already all set up because I wanna give you something to enjoy this track, and if you are following the series, I don't want to leave you hanging. So let's start. Against AI, 95 difficulty AI, every other rule is the same except for one. I have damage on. Simulation damage. Simulation damage. And what I'm gonna do, as you'll see, is because I couldn't really qualify exactly where I started in the race against everybody else, is I'm gonna let them pass. Also, they're terrible AI. They actually stop. They're so bad at this, but they actually stop sometimes if you start at the back of the grid, because it's so bad. Anyway, we're racing against 95% AI, which is very fast. For reference, at the start of the season, I was racing against 90% of AI by myself and having a lot of trouble. But now I can win. I can win against them, even with this handicap or this setback or whatever. Oh, that was illegal, for the record, of mine, because I overtook while cutting. But that guy was too aggressive. It's fine, because we have rules. And this was too aggressive, but he left the door open. That's what's called a dive bomb. Dive bomb? Whatever. It's called a thing. It's a thing, and yeah. So this is Monza, Italy. The Tifosi are always out in force here. It's the drivers say that this is one of the tracks where the crowd is the most impressive. Although recently, apparently Germany is really good as well for the crowd. I myself have never been to a Formula 1 race. Because of it's just all very expensive, basically. Plane tickets, hotel stays, the race tickets themselves, basically a freaking month's worth of pay, if not more. Depends on where you go, of course. And Italy is not a venue that I wouldn't.
Increase ERS deployment.
Shut up, Jeff.
To use some of this charge.
It's not time. It's not time. It is actually. He was right. I just forgot because I'm talking. I was thinking about which venue I would go to if I could choose. And Spa is probably the one. Although, I don't know. Because seeing a race live and seeing a race on TV, or driving a circuit for that matter, are completely different things. Because live has more to do with the facilities of the circuit, how long you have to wait in parking lots, where you can get the nice views and all that. So, I don't know. Spa is probably the one I would want to. And each one of these circuits, as big as they are, they can only take like a couple of hundred people. A couple 100,000 people. A couple hundred people. And so it's not like there's room for everyone, because they can't very well fill the back straight with grandstands and just call it a day, for many reasons. Not only is it a lame thing to watch cars go by, they actually had grandstands over there. Look at that. Yeah, that's probably the cheapest place just see the cars go by. You can. Oh, forgot to brake there. That's fine. We'll be okay. I hear you can stand on the bridge because we go under a bridge right there. That's the old circuit above. Yeah, this circuit has an old circuit. It's an oval, and we actually racing part of it because the oval goes around on our left, and we're joining it here, right here. This is the old circuit.
We're trailing our teammate by 5.9
5.
seconds.
That is not ideal. Jeff, you need to stop me from saying things about a circuit. And this is still part of the old circuit, not the chicane though. They just went straight. And then they... no, actually, I think that the chicane, they turned right. And this is already the new one. The old circuit is not this. I think they still race there. I'm not sure. Anyway, we're closing in on the front group, which I'm not really too worried about, because these tires are sort of treacherous. And I don't like them. So I don't want to push too much on them. I prefer the harder compound, the one that has less grip, but at least is more predictable, a lot more predictable. And which is the compound we're gonna put in, I think, next lap. And that's where I'm gonna push. Also because we're probably gonna fall back into traffic, which means...
In this lap,
there it is.
Push now.
Oh yeah, I'm pushing already, Jeff. I actually did the fastest lap just then. Which means it's gonna be all about keeping them working. The tires, I mean. Okay.
Our gap to the car in front is 5.0 seconds.
So I'm keeping the distance, sort of. And of course we're going to go into the pits, which means we are going to gain a lot. There's the yellow flag. Being a little bit cautious there.
Hamilton's just made a move for first.
No, Hamilton has just made a move for fourth because he spun out, sort of.
Pit in this lap.
I know,
Remember
don't
the
worry.
speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach.
So I wanted to be careful there and not smack the car because damage is on. That would have been game over. So yeah, I have pit assist. The IA doesn't, which is good because that way I can gain about 1 second. They're very, very good at braking.
Complete, go now.
They are very, very good at the wall braking thing. Okay. So
Look after these tyres now.
we're
Wanna
in
finish the race on
17th.
this compound.
Oh no. This is all bad news. Maybe not. Oh, that's it is kind of bad news. Oh, that's bad news. Oh, this is bad news.
Try to stay with him. He might make a mistake. You can still
That-
regain the position.
Was him turning into me. So, yeah, Codemasters. Okay, actually, this is not ideal. They're very slow, so I shouldn't.
Fuel target is +1. Faster engine modes are available.
Got fresh tires. I have a much better car. And this is why pushing is for here. Okay, let's see what she's gonna do. He's gonna go left. He can't defend like that.
Be careful with the front wing.
I know.
You've taken some minor damage.
That was totally his fault. And I didn't get a
Lewis
warning.
is in the pits.
So that was definitely his fault. But it's a fine. It's fine. It's a fine. It's one fine. except for this corner over here. But a little bit of understeer here is exactly what I need, because I hate the oversteer. Oversteer means the rear losing grip and just sort of starting to go to the outside of the corner. Now he's telling me damage. I don't need to know damage. I can put that away. There you go. I know my keys. As Verstappen ahead of us, he's already pitted. Which means I can fake that. It doesn't matter. Faking and overtaking is a fundamental skill in Formula 1 and in racing in general. But the AI is so bullish that they don't care. They will cut you. You can be doing an actual overtake. They'll cut you off. They don't care. Okay, minimum things. Minimum things. Don't. We don't want to overtake them. Don't forget about what I was saying before. That this is where we push. And also, we must. We're racing for position basically because he has. What? He has not pitted yet? Well, that's a surprise.
We're leading our teammate by 1.8 seconds.
Our race is ahead of us, though. Vettel is ahead of us. He's behind Raikkonen, I think. But there's a Renault ahead. It's lap 8, so we're racing now. We're racing now. That's a bad idea to do what I just did. That was not a good idea, but don't you worry. Need to be careful on those corners, because my front wing has damage because of that idiot. I'm looking down at the right corner, that's why I'm all like that, because I'm looking at what I have and all this.
Okay, gap ahead is 3.2 seconds.
That's good. Let's bring it down. That's pretty slow through that corner. And they didn't lose any time. We're back to third. That's where I finished. I'm good with that.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
And here is where our tires start to give over, or to die, rather, because they're already like 4 laps old at this point. That was dangerous. I don't like holding the throttle through that corner. So we got Hamilton behind us. We can cut a lot there. I'm hunting these guys. Come on. They're 4 laps ahead of us. I love the understeer through here. It's like a custom setup, except it's not really. Okay, that's good enough. Let's bring this down to 0. We really need to regenerate because we're regenerate the ERS because that's gonna be, that wasn't detected. That's weird. I don't know how close we are. Bring it down to none over here.
Gap to car in front is 2.4 seconds.
So I'm closing in, but that was a good lap anyway because of all the fuel. Come on, get me to 300. That's good enough. 1, 2. Get high. Fuel mix or rich fuel mix, whatever. And get high. Probably a bad idea when you're driving. So the last of the real race was basically this as well. I was hunting down Indy and Gorgon.
The gap to the leader is 4.2 seconds.
Yeah, I'll never win the race now. It's good enough. I have won the race by myself on this track. I mean,
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
I did qualify in pole. That makes a huge difference here. Usually this race is won from the front row. So either first place or second. Whoa, the car caught air there. Did you see? There's a pit or something there. Which meant that was not faster. I lost a bunch of time there. And probably third place or second place as well. Good, come on. It's too late. Third gear is so nice. Through there, did you see how the car rotated? Nope. Double clicks on the downshift. Well, at the end of the day, it was a very close race to what I did. It's kind of funny. And it was right about now that my computer crapped out and got a BSDO. BSDO? Blue screen of death. What's the word? BSOD? That's the one. Due to overheating. I assume it was due to overheating.
The gap to the car ahead is 2.3 seconds.
We're actually closing in with all this nonsense. Oh, that fortuitous upshift right there. That wasn't even on purpose. Just sort of instinctual. Let's try and hunt him down now. Was that faster? That was not faster. But I didn't lose time there to the parabolic.
Final lap of the race.
I know.
Gap to teammate behind is 4.6 seconds.
So only a crash. Only a crash by them is ever going to do anything. The Ferraris are very fast here, though. They're faster than the Mercedes.
Less than a lap of fuel now.
I know, Jeff.
Empty.
I know. That was me trying to rescue that. But Vettel is right on top. Oh, that's a treacherous exit as well. Vettel is right on top of Raikkonen.
Some information on Hartley. They've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring.
They have Brandon Hartley, British Formula 1 driver racing for Toro Rosso? Actually, don't know. Oh, that's bad. Did you see? Yeah. Don't want to run out of fuel. Whew. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm sorry I couldn't give you the real race.
Pick up rubber and bring it home.
Picking up rubber there is an. Do you wanna know why he says that? The cars are weighed at the end. Thank you.
And as we can
No.
it's time for the podium.
It's not. Thank you.
And now I'd
The
like
cars-
to ask you.
Oh. Well, I guess that was that. The cars are weighed at the end of the race, and as well as the drivers are, and because the cars are so light, they have a minimum weight, so they're not lighter than a certain weight, which is like that to prevent like the really rich teams from having just a lot of weight savings in the cars, and that's why there's a minimum weight, among other reasons. So the cars are weighed, and if they are found to be below the minimum weight, then they get disqualified. They get flat out disqualified. So they run with a little bit more weight than they expect to lose during the race, because you'll lose weight not just from fuel, but that's actually not weighted. The fuel needs to be removed from the car before they weigh the cars, as far as I know. But they lose weight because the driver himself is losing weight because he's sweating. They lose weight because the tires are degrading and they weigh, of course. The plank underneath the car, which is the thing that scrapes along the ground when the car is like really under heavy downforce, and you can see sparks sometimes. There's the plank underneath the car. That also loses weight. So they run with a little bit more. So when he says pick up rubber, it means the car is going around the track, around the outside of the corners, and just not in the racing line, which is where all the discarded rubber that comes off the tires is. And it gets, because the tires are really sticky, it gets glued to the tires. So by the time they arrive at the pits for the weighbridge, they actually have 2 to 3 kilograms of rubber on the tires, or 2 to 3 pounds. I don't remember. It was probably 2 to 3 pounds, because yeah, it's all British and all that. But yeah, that was that. Hope you enjoyed it. Sorry I couldn't deliver the real race. I finished in the same spot though, and yeah, thank you for joining me. Bye bye.